but I am writing a musical, so
Oh,
we
rad.
got we got stuff to talk about.
Very cool.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I am here with the lovely Camera Strongson and Lucy Levinson, who will be in amazing conversation for this next In the Room. Thank you guys so much for being here, and we will get started.
Hi, I guess I will start this off. I'm Lucy Levinson. I'm the co-chair of events for Songwriters of North America, and I'm very excited that I get to interview and be interviewed by Camrys Johnson today. He is a actor and singer extraordinaire, and many of you might know him from One Piece. I have a lot of questions my husband wanted me to ask you, but I said that's not professional. But let's get past all that and let's dive into how we got here. And you've got a brand new single called Seven Train.
Hmm.
And through SONA and our very first songwriting workshop, I got the opportunity to get in that room and we created Seven Train for you. Let's start from there.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, it was my first time doing a songwriting camp, and there were three different rooms, and you were in the Seven Train room with some incredible writers, including Jordan Richmond, who produced the single. And I love the song. I love it so much. It is about when I met a girl on the Seven Train living in New York back in the day. And it was cool that I just went into the room and gave the brief. And we all kind of put our heads together and came up with this song. I was sort of bouncing between all three of the rooms. A lot of my work on the writing came in the studio with Jordan. But it was great. Like it was such a great, awesome process. We like spent that entire day just working on these three songs and then played them on the roof in front of each other so we could all clap for one another for the work that we did in this day. And yeah, it was dope. I'm really, really proud
That
of the
was
song.
very, very fun. And I think we all learned quite a bit just
I
from the
think so.
process of it.
Yeah.
And you mentioned Jordan Richmond, who is the producer, and the track's just immaculate.
Killer.
And I wanted to also mention we worked with Ateka Huckabee, who I believe brought you to us. So
Mm-hmm.
thank you for that.
Shout
And
out to
then I don't know how you felt, but I just felt like the session went really great and
yeah.
smooth, and everyone was open to everyone's ideas,
Mm-hmm.
which I love.
Yeah, it was very
We all
collaborative.
wanted to serve the purpose.
I'm honored. No, it was really cool that you all trusted me enough to want to get in the ring with me. It was very cool, and I've made such a kinship with Jordan too. We're recording a couple other songs together right now also, so it's nice that we've just been able to grow more and more from it. And funny enough, one of the other songs that we co-wrote, we wrote with Trinity.
Here, because that's exactly what our goal has been,
Yeah.
is to put people in the room together that maybe wouldn't get that opportunity otherwise.
Mhm.
And look at that, communities being made, and
Right.
that's what we're here for.
Amen. We love
Amen.
it.
So let's see. I did bring some questions. If you're ready to answer a little question from me.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Uh, as an actor and a musician, do you approach your storytelling differently, or do you feel they feed each other?
From acting and music.
Yeah.
That's an interesting question. I feel like they feel like completely different muscles to me. Um, Acting is having to get into the psyche of another person, another character, figure out how and why they tick, where music is diving deeper into my own psyche, trying to recover stories and moments of my life that felt musical, felt like they could be in a musical setting, whether that be sad, happy, exciting. I feel that it's having to figure out where the stories lie within me. So I guess it's closer to my screenwriting career than my acting career. Screenwriting and songwriting do have some similarities,
Mhm.
but they're different in the sense that I feel that my music, I have to find stories that can be contained in short form. Where for screenwriting, I mainly write feature films, so I have to figure out the stories that can be expanded upon and, live somewhere between 90 and 130 pages. Um, you know? So I
It's
think,
true. When you're
yeah.
script writing, you think about pages a lot.
Yeah, totally. Totally. And the way I used to songwrite when I first got into it was similar to screenwriting, where I just was throwing a lot of words and a lot of details, like trying to throw as much detail as I could. And then over the years, I've had to find ways to strip and make it as simple and effective as possible. Yeah, that was a good question.
Definitely, definitely.
Hmm.
And you are a busy person. You were out of the country. What were you working on?
So I was doing an indie horror movie in Torino, Italy. Um,
Ooh.
it was a blast. I'd never done horror before, so it was a little nutty. It was very fun.
Yeah.
Hmm.
How was Italy?
It was incredible. I never been to Torino before. It's funny speaking about this because when it comes to horror, you have to scream a lot, and I was just like, oh my God, like next time I get in the studio is gonna be terrible. I'm just like burst in my vocal cords. So I tried my best to focus on my diaphragm and like not
Smart.
hurt my throat. But when you're really in it and like you're like genuinely like when you're really locked into the character, you're actually scared. So
Yeah.
I'm like, not thinking about screaming from my stomach. I'm just screaming,
Proper form.
you know?
Yeah.
So like, it was so funny. But it was a great time. I had a great time.
That's amazing to hear. I have a question. A lot of people are discussing mental health a lot right now, and a
Mhm.
lot of artists struggle with balancing all the ambition of staying on top and then the burnout that could come from it. How do you stay creatively inspired when you're doing so many multiple careers, you're juggling?
What a great question. How do I stay creatively inspired? Honestly, there's so much going on up in this brain that I feel like I'm always finding inspiration through every little thing in the world. I mean, I watch a lot of movies, I play a lot of video games, I listen to a lot of music. So I am soaking in art all the time.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think it may sound silly to some, but I think travel is a big part of it. I think going to new places, hearing different perspectives of the world and hearing different accents and trying different foods, like it just continues to expand my world on the possibilities
Yeah.
and continue to remind me that I'm just one small speck on this giant floating rock. There's so many beautiful, magical things around us at every given moment. Um, so I don't know, like I find artistic inspiration in so many things, but also I keep a incredibly huge tribe around me. So I'm surrounded by a lot of incredible artists, both here in LA and back in New York, where I'm about to be moving back to. So I feel that almost every day I'm seeing a different artist that I love and respect. That is always telling me about a new project that either they're working on or inspired by, that I always have something to fire me up. What about you?
Well, I love that you just mentioned your community because I myself am very focused on community. I find that
Yeah.
to be inspiring both in my personal life and in music. And I agree, it's so important to have those inspiring people around you. Uh, that's why I even came to SONA. I had come to SONA like 7 years ago after I'd had two of my kids, and I was just feeling like, how do I get back involved in the music business and something that's important to me? And as a songwriter, we're not getting paid as much as we used to in years back. So when
Yeah.
I found this group of other like-minded songwriters who actually also care about business, because I always had to wear the business hat. I was always the manager of all my projects. So it's like business hat, artist hat. Um, Coming here has just been for me, I've made such great relationships.
Hmm.
I'm working on a musical right now
Very cool.
with a couple SONA members, Shelley Peiken and Adam Gorgoni. And I myself have been working on this for 10 years, but I started gathering the crew. I don't know if you've ever worked on a musical. It's tireless. It's
Hmm.
exciting. It's a lot of steps and a lot of rewriting. But over the 10 years, I built the core of what we have now, and the last couple few years have just been just kind of things are ramping up. So everyone will hear more about it. I kind of keeping it under wraps because it's like one of those things you don't want to keep mentioning because for 10 years no one's going to keep the interest of your musical.
Or
So I
yeah.
kind of like I'm always working on this thing, but I just kind of hold back a bit because they'll be like, "Oh yeah, that musical you've been talking about for 10 years." So, but if you're out there working on something, just know if you know it's meant to be out there, keep pushing forward because sometimes it just takes that long,
That's right. Amen. Amen.
right? I mean, grit is the most important thing in this business.
Hmm. I love that. Wow. I have a question. Because you mentioned Italy before. I think it was Barry Jenkins, the director of Moonlight. I believe it was him that said that when he wrote that movie, he disappeared to another country for a couple weeks and just like locked himself away, went to a coffee shop every now and then and would just work right. And that's how that movie ended up getting created. When it comes to your songwriting, what is your process of like if you have to knock out a song or two or three? Does it just come naturally? Do you schedule? Do you have to disappear for, to another place? Like, what does it look like for you?
I used to think that I had to be like everything had to be right, like the moon had to be aligned and there had to be a
Hmm.
star out and like everything had to be perfect to create.
Mm.
And the more I trained myself, the more I used my muscle, I've realized that I can write when I want to write, when I need to write. I've always been someone who collaborates. So although I have written on my own, I can play just enough piano and guitar to like kind of suss out the songs. But I've always just really loved the collaboration process. So it just really depends. Like on the day we wrote with you, I just came open and ready to go with the flow of what would come my way versus maybe an idea hits me or I voice note all the time. I have concepts that are still in my head forever that I've never really worked on, but it still comes back to me. So I'm like, I guess there's a song there, but I don't know why I'm not working on it.
Mm.
So it just really kind of depends. Long story short, I think songwriting, just like any kind of writing, can be something that you can do whenever you need or want to do,
Respect.
you know? Like, sure, we can get blocks, but what I found with the creative blocks is because I'm refusing to think in another way. I'm
Yeah.
just stuck in my same thinking. So I think a lot of writers just kind of step away and maybe go do something physical with your body, like move, even maybe clean, anything that's just physical and moves you around and makes you stop thinking and that stuck thinking. But
Yeah, getting active always helps. A lot of screenwriters just go on walks, brainstorm walks, helps to get the juices flowing a little bit.
100%.
Mm.
So same thing. So not to say I don't have writer's block, but usually that would just mean I'm just tired and not trying.
Yeah, respect.
You know? Okay, I have some random silly questions.
Okay.
What has been your favorite city ever to create music in?
Um, Interesting. It would have to be either Vancouver or Atlanta. Um, which one would it be though? They were both pretty great. Oh man, I mean, I feel a certain loyalty to my old band in Vancouver. They're
Nothing wrong with
great.
that.
Yeah, I love them. They were just like so awesome, always just down to play. Like, yeah, I gotta say Vancouver. Like they don't make them like them. Freaking Trevor Ainsworth, Rob Thompson, Keith Sinclair, Faven, Clarence Ow, and Roger Swan. Like those are that's my gang. Like like they were always just down to like rehearse whenever I wanted, and they were always down to perform. And then COVID got in the way, so then they were just like, cool, let's just go to the studio and record. Like they just like were always down. Like they
You
just
were living there at the time?
yeah, I was living in Vancouver for the show Batwoman that I was on.
Oh,
My
cool.
free time, I was prepping to perform with this incredible music gang. But then COVID interrupted all of our chances to perform, so we just recorded instead. And I ended up releasing four songs that we recorded. I think Relaxation, Forgetful Me, um, Taffy Park wasn't them. I think there was another one that I'm forgetting. Um, oh, I ended up re-recording one song that we did with the guys in Atlanta. But yeah, I love them. Like Vancouver is just full of incredibly um, collaborative musicians that are just ready to rock whenever you want. And I do miss that. That was awesome.
Well, that's very good to know
Hmm.
when I reach Vancouver.
Yeah, they're great.
Okay, what would be the most unexpected song that's in your playlist right now?
Unexpected. Um, let me think. I mean, I have the entire Hamilton soundtrack, and the entire Hamilton mixtape.
Oh yeah, that's what you're rocking to?
Yeah, I love me some Hamilton. I'll just, yo, I don't know if y'all like for those that don't know, not Never Satisfied. What's that joint? Aaron Burr sings a song and it's like the best song on the show. Um, uh, what is it? Wait for it. Wait for it. Yeah. That song is fire, yo. That is
I'm
like
gonna listen to it again today.
Wait for It is an incredible freaking song. I've heard it so many times. Like, I love that song. I can't really think of like songs that you'd be surprised. I mean, there's a couple like songs that are not in English and I do not know what they're saying and they're a vibe. Like, there's a song called Chalupe. Love that joint. Don't know what he's talking about. And maybe I never will. And I'm
Oh
okay
my
with
gosh.
that.
Well, your hidden playlist is deeper than mine because I am listening to No Broke Boys in between. Got to mix it up with a little Tom Petty. So I don't know what's going
Heck
on. My
yeah.
radio station's a little odd, but like that's to pump up myself. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on in my mind,
You need
but
a little bit of everything. I feel like music is
got to
so
mix it up sometimes.
Yeah, you can't really stick to one genre. Like it's funny because I can't think of anything unexpected because I'm sure people expect the genres that I'm used to, which is, I mean, used to the genres that I release, which is like genre, R&B and pop and soul. But I have so much rap and hip hop and gospel and funk and I love punk now. There's this band
Nice.
called the Paradox that I freaking love. They're like an all black punk band.
Well,
So
that's
I
cool.
love punk. Didn't know that. So yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Where are they from?
I don't know. I just know that like they blew up in the past year and I have been telling a bunch of people about them because I love them. And I told some buddies over at Amazon Music about them. And then lo and behold, I think they ended up talking to Amazon about some stuff.
That's
Um,
awesome.
yeah, like they're awesome. They're awesome.
Very cool. Here's a question. Do you have a dream music collaboration you would love to do?
Yeah, doing a song with Anderson .Paak would be sick. I love Anderson .Paak. Love him. But also Daniel Caesar. That'd be sick. I feel like that would be really, really cool. Tori Kelly, even though I can't sing nearly as good as her, I would love to do a song with Tori Kelly because she's actually a huge inspiration for me as a musician and songwriter.
Really?
Yeah, she was the first EP I ever bought. She was the first live show that I ever went to. I just
Really?
thought
That's
that
cool.
yeah, like her like recording her like EP in her bedroom and like making it sound that good. I was like, oh, okay. So I can make music. I didn't realize you could just make music.
Hmm.
You did it. Um, yeah, and like, a friend of mine actually was listening to one of my unreleased songs and actually said that she heard Tori Kelly in my music, which I thought was so cool because I love her. I'm a huge, huge fan of her early work. So yeah, that'd be sick.
That's a good answer.
Thank you. Is anyone that before?
Well, I just thinking about, so you do acting and then you do music. And for me, the idea of acting sounds so stressful, just having to always memorize and, be on for that. And I'm just curious, do you find it harder to memorize lines or to write lyrics? I know it's two different
Um,
muscles.
Different muscles. I mean, the thing about learning lines is you're just repeating something that already exists over and over again until you remember it. Writing music is coming up with new ideas, so it
Yeah.
will very different. I mean, songwriting is definitely harder, but comparing like songwriting to script writing, um, I say songwriting is hard because it's like script writing, you can just kind of like flow and
Yeah.
then you go back and you rewrite it and you go back and rewrite it.
Yeah.
Music is similar, but like by the time like you write a whole song in half a day, if that.
Yeah. But you got to
Um,
think about the hook,
yeah,
the
true, but
sub
I feel
hook.
like it's math really. Like I just feel like,
Yeah.
it's verse, chorus, bridge,
Yeah.
chorus, and like just different versions of that.
Yeah.
So once you have the barriers, like of what a song can be, you can only really play within those barriers. But music for me is really anywhere between 1 minute and four and a half. So like there's only so much you can do. So I feel like songwriting is definitely easier. Um, it's definitely easier. And what's fun about songwriting is like not every line has to make sense.
True.
That's another cheat where like if it sounds good, if it sounds good, people are like, cool, I don't know what that means, but I like this line a lot. And like if you want to make it rhyme, but it doesn't, you have to like cut a word in half just to make it rhyme. People are like, cool. Like no one like it's
English
really
doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter. Like it's really a flow thing. So with that being said, songwriting is definitely easier.
All right. See, for me, yeah, for me, learning all the lines and doing that. I mean, I feel the same with you. Writing, when you're writing a script, like you're kind of getting to free flow, so you can always go back. But for me,
Yeah.
having to remember all that stuff, even though it's
Her.
really already written, it's just like you don't just have to read it and remember it. You have to now deliver it. You have to be believable. You have to, I don't know.
It's fun. It's like such a funny skill to have because you really just memorize it to do it, and once you do it, it just goes away. Like you don't need it anymore. So it's
Hmm.
like a temporary thing that you need, and it just takes practice. Like eventually, when your brain realizes, like, oh, you're not forcing me to push other thoughts to the side. You just want
Hmm.
me to put it in there on the side for a quick second, and as soon as the scene's over, it's like great, and it just fades away. So it it does feel
Okay.
quite easy.
Well, it's definitely a skill that not everyone possesses.
Amen. This is very true. This is very true. Not every
So
actor possesses it.
it works easily for your brain.
Yeah.
That's good. We need people with skills.
Well, thank you. But so to go back on your question before,
Yes.
who is someone that you would love to write for or with?
Oh my gosh. I think as I've grown up, that's changed so much. And like, gosh, it used to be, I used to have like, wish I could write with Linda Perry. Like, that used to be my big thing because she's just made
Mm,
so many rockin' hits um, with women. That was pretty much always my dream collaboration was Linda Perry because I thought she was so cool.
that's awesome. That's a great answer.
I mean, she is cool. So I stick by it. I stick by it. You at the beginning of this, we talked about some new songs that you are working on. Are you thinking of putting out a full album?
No, I think I'm just gonna keep dropping singles for now. I think music is changing more and more every day, and
True.
everyone's dropping music. So I think with people's attention spans, it feels a bit silly to ask people to listen to 8 to 10 songs of mine in a row. It's hard enough to get people to listen to one because
Truth.
people know me as an actor and filmmaker, so music is already like another thing I'm asking them to support me in
Hmm.
for. And thankfully, a lot of people are down, but it not enough to be like, okay, now sit down for 40 minutes and really listen to it. I'm going to focus on singles for a while. Maybe I'll do an EP at some point if I can see that the music that people are wanting more from me.
Yeah.
And then if people want even more from there, we'll go to an album. But I'm honestly in no rush. That's like the very beautiful thing about me having four other careers is I have no reason to make music or release music that I don't want to or that doesn't feel
Hmm.
ready. I can just do it when I want. And if and when it gets to a point where I do feel that pressure, then I'll adjust and make more time for music so that when I do release multiple at the same time, they are up to my liking.
They're very good. It's a good
Yeah,
place
yeah.
to be.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, let me see if I wrote down something so I would be, back on, I'd be like totally on it. Let's see. I asked you about your dream music collaboration. Do you have a dream acting role? Did I ask you that yet? Dream
You
acting
have
role?
not. I love playing mentally unstable people. I think they're very fun.
Excellent.
I think many actors would say that in another life they would be psychologists or therapists
Hmm.
or psychiatrists, and we just love to know how and why people tick. And I think the different ways that the mind works just fascinates me. I'm reading a book right now called "The Man Who Mistook His Wife for a Hat," and yeah, every chapter is about like a different neurological disorder, and I find that
Wow.
so interesting to be like, oh, so this is how you live your life because your brain just has a slightly different thing than mine, and your entire world is different because of it. And I think playing, if I'm getting specific with it, playing like a an antagonist or a villain
Mm.
that has a mental reason why they see the world in a specific way has always been very interesting to me because it's like, well, is it his fault? Or was he just born with this thing that makes him think
Mm.
that the world looks a little differently than the way that we see the world? I find that very fascinating. And also that's one reason the Joker is like my favorite villain,
Mm.
is he doesn't do bad things for any good or specific reason. He just does it because he thinks it's funny, um, and because he hates Batman. And there's like his only two reasons of doing anything.
Psychopathy.
Yeah, it's just like the incredible fascination of that, of like, how can you be a bad person that just does bad things because you think it's funny? That's like, whoa, you're evil for real. So yeah, I guess my long answer short would be like the Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So what's one thing you after this interview you'd like, the audience to know about? There's something else coming up or
Um,
pressing?
I'm definitely dropping a couple more singles this year. I'm aiming for June for the next one. And I'm aiming for 2 months after that for a third. I'm trying my best to just like keep making time for it, but because acting, writing, and directing are my main three jobs, I don't always have time to both write music and record it. And you know how musicians are, we just want to freaking perfect it. So go in the booth and like re-record it over and over and over again, and then mix it over and over and over again. Speaking of mixers, shout out to Alex Toomey who mixed Seven Train for us. Grammy winner, you know what I'm saying?
Sounds great.
For
He
This
did a
Is
great job.
America. He crushed it. So yeah, I'm like trying my best to stay on it. But if people really want me to make music, they got to let me know that they're rocking with it. And I'll try my best to keep doing it, you know? I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there one song that you have ever heard or listened to now that you're like, damn, I wish I wrote that, or I wish I wrote something like that?
Oh my gosh. I mean, on the spot, it's always hard for me to come up with anything.
Mhm.
But um, gosh, trying to think of probably mostly my childhood heroes, growing up, your teen angst years, I used to listen to a lot of Tori Amos.
Mhm.
And she has this one song that's just like it's like just the most dramatic song ever called Little Earthquakes. And like to me, I mean, thinking about it, I just got to chill right now just thinking about the song. Like, that's like a kind of song that's just like so deep. I've always really been impressed by people who can like reach in so deep to their like psyche and pain because maybe have fear of getting that raw in certain ways. And so
Mhm.
I think that's like I'm going way back in time, but like that's a song that just always stood out to me as being like, wow, like a person just writes a masterpiece like that.
Yeah, I love that.
So, there's tons of stuff now that I hear and it's like hella catchy or whatever. And I'm like, oh, damn, wish I come up with stuff like that. But I
Mhm.
think like your teen years and like your early 20s, there's just something about the music you listen to at that time that just really affects you
Mm.
moving forward. And I think I was going through my sad girl times, and so Tori got me through it.
Oh, it's
Oh,
like
my inner sad girl.
it's cool to like have music that you can always go back. Like it can remind you of certain checkpoints in your life. I think that's the beautiful thing about releasing music is knowing that there's a chance that it can enter someone's life in such a deep and meaningful way. Like I have this song Relaxation that I released, and a friend of mine told me that she listens to it every morning when she meditates. I was like, it's just so cool that like this song that I released for my own personal reasons has like entered your routine. Like that's so fascinating. Like
This
that's
just made me think of something. So when I was having my first daughter, I was gonna try and do everything all natural, and I was gonna be like a lotus, like humming on a who knows what. And like I had this playlist, it was gonna be perfect. And on my playlist was all this Tori Amos and this and that. When it was actually the time and the music was playing, it was so depressing and sad. I was like, get this music off. Like stuff that I thought I would want to listen to. I was like, shut that off. I'm so upset right now.
yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know why just thinking of Tori Amos because I thought that was going to be so like beautiful and deep and
Yeah.
Enya and whatever. It's like, no, get that off. I don't want that
So
shit.
but it's because like songs like change shape as we change. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
them shifts and grows and depletes and transforms.
Yeah, I probably should have had on a rock album or something, It was just not the vibe.
That's so funny.
Not the vibe at all. Well, I don't know if there's anything else that you would like to talk about right now.
I did have another question for the musical.
Oh,
Are there I don't want to say musicals that inspire you because I don't know if it ever helps to compare musicals, just like it doesn't help to compare music or musicians.
yeah.
But is there like a certain genre of music that inspires you while writing it? Slash, is the musical a specific type of genre? Does that make sense?
I would say, I mean, it's modern. It's like made in today. It's based off of a moment that happened in my life. And so it's true-ish. It's a comedic dramedy. It mostly is contemporary music. I'm Jewish, so there's a couple of songs that might have a little bit of a Jewish flair to it. But most of it is very modern, I
Cool.
would say.
It's like so modern style music in the musical, or is it like
Yeah, just like
Broadway?
pop.
Cool.
I don't even know how to say it because it's a musical. So some things might be your standard, like, oh, this sounds like a musical.
Yeah.
But then some might sound like a little bit like more rock, and some are definitely pop inspired. And uh, yeah,
That's
I
cool.
don't know how to, you know, I don't know how to exactly put it into place, but it's not like you feel like it's today.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. I like that because I've seen so many Broadway shows, and when I move back to New York, I'm going to be seeing a lot more. But it's just so fun how like we have the standard Broadway musical sound, but there are certain shows that really challenge that, like Hamilton being a Broadway hip hop situation. Um,
Mhm.
and SpongeBob the Musical was one of the best shows I've ever seen, and I think Patrick Starr sang gospel and uh, Plankton rapped and Squidward had a
That's
tap
amazing.
solo. Yeah, so it was cool because it was like, okay, like there's so many things that you can do on Broadway, and it's hard sometimes to break the formula that we're all so used to. But when it
And
works,
that's definitely something that we stayed very conscious of because some people want you to stick very traditional. And
mhm.
so you have to really decide, how willing am I to go away and just trust myself that people will see it?
Yeah,
Because you have to be very by the rules. They want like real rhymes, hard rhymes, no sound alikes. I mean, sometimes we did it when we couldn't get around it, but
Mm.
for Broadway, that's like one of the old-fashioned rules is
Yeah, that
hard
makes sense.
rhymes.
That makes sense.
So,
Interesting.
yeah, so and we've done a lot of rewrites and a lot of babies got left on the floor. Like it's a hard
Always.
process,
Dang.
but it's fun.
And then are you writing the music for it too, or just the song
I'm
lyric?
a part of the book writing team and part of the songwriting team. I wasn't feeling like I was capable to do all of any of it, so I found myself a trusting book writing team. I'd started out by just basically writing the story.
Okay.
Didn't worry too much about how you do a musical. I just
Yeah,
wrote
yeah.
the story out, and then I brought in people who have more experience in film, in script writing, in all of that area. My two other uh, team members, Jill Piwar and Kimberly Arnold. I mentioned my song team, so I'll mention them as well. Um, Both have a lot of experience in the film world, in script world, and analyzing all that. So I leaned on their help to put it into format.
Okay.
And then all the songs, I kind of had a rough sketch of from the beginning of what I thought the songs would be. I just had rough sketches, voicemails. Shelly will tell you a funny story of me giving her my garage band demo that she was so afraid to tell me sounded like crap. But she was like wanted to help me out. But like I was just plunking it out however I could.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
needed to find a collaborator on the lyric because I just love collaborating. And I needed to find a composer.
yeah. Dang.
So, but you do what you can. Like if you're not, you do the things you can do to the best of your ability, and then you find the experts.
That's right. Like find the perfect team. That's how you do it.
That's pretty much everything in life.
That's very cool. I can't wait to hear more about this musical. That's awesome.
Well, I will keep you in the loop, and I can't wait to hear more about your music. And I also hope to be able to sit in a room and write with you again someday. I know you're a
Yeah.
very busy, busy man. So when the time is right.
Absolutely.
Uh, for anyone out there who may not be a SONA member or on the fence about it, from your now experience of what we were able to put together and do for songwriting camp, like how do you think like was this a good a good thing for you? Did you really enjoy it? How should other people consider joining for these types of opportunities?
I mean, I think so. I loved it. It really put a fire under me too to release another song, you know. I had such a great time not just getting three new demos, but also, like I said before, meeting new songwriters and finding new collaborators and finding my community. Like I'm so in the Hollywood space that
Mhm.
music is harder for me to grasp sometimes.
Yeah,
I'll have like a guitarist here and a drummer here, but I don't really have a family in the music
mhm.
space yet, which I'm now slowly building. Um, so yeah, a lot of like the exciting music things that are happening are because of this incredible songwriting camp. So I could not
It's very
say
exciting to hear.
more. And also Sona's always sending like new opportunities that I'm never available for. But I'm seeing a lot of these songwriters are going to these events and getting a lot out of them. So I would recommend Sona for some
I think so.
songwriters.
Well, it's
And
very, very nice to hear that because we worked very hard to put together this first workshop. It was our first time ever doing a songwriting camp.
yeah.
And so it feels good to hear that you made some really good relationships because that's
Mhm.
really what it's about.
That's right. But thanks again for having me, y'all. Like y'all the best. Y'all the freaking best.
Well, thank you very much. I mean, that's probably a nice place to end this. I appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, this is freaking great. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you again, and I hope to see you at one of the events when your dance card's not so full.
Heck yeah.
Maybe at the Warrior Awards.
That'd be sick. I would love that.
Love to see you there.
All right.
All right. Well, does Sona have anything else to add to this before we say goodbye?
Hmm. I guess
No.
not.
Hello.
Hey. Oh,
Exactly. No, that's so awesome though. And we're happy to have you back in LA, even if it's for just a little tiny moment.
thank you.
When do
Yeah.
you head out officially?
In like 2 weeks.
Okay, we have to make our hang happen then, because we've been like saying we were going to, and then we
Yeah,
haven't.
yeah.
So we gotta do it.
Totally. Totally. That'd be sick.
No, so good to see you, and we're always like sending our best wishes and so much love
All
your way.
right. Well, I hope I did everyone proud and didn't do anyone dirty. That's my goal in life.
You crushed
And
it.
awesome. And also, thank you for asking Lucy questions too, because I was excited to hear more about her musical towards the end.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
Yay. Thank
No, of
you.
course. No,
That was
thank you.
sick.
Appreciate it. That was fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. This is sick.
Thank
Of
you guys for
course. I'm
coming in.
glad we made it happen.
Yes.
All right, have a good day, y'all.
Yay. All
Hope
right. Well,
that's
I'll
it.
talk to everyone soon.
Of course.
Don't be
Bye, guys.
strangers.
See
Thank
ya.
you guys.
Take care.
Bye.